All right, so here's an example of just how this works when a running back is blocking. And as I mentioned, blocking a running back with this does not make any difference whatsoever. The pressure is still going to come in. All right, boys, I want to go ahead and show you a quick defense. This is going to be a meta concept that we're doing out of a non-meta formation. So if you have played 4-3 even 6-1, there's a good chance that you've seen somebody try to do this concept where you engage with your user on the center and you crash your defensive line to where he would loop around you and come in through the A gap. The reason this does as well as it does is a blocked running back normally never will pick this up. So if it comes in, you're going to be able to beat a blocked running back. If it doesn't come in, you're sending as little as 4 people, or I guess you could do this with sending as little as 3 people. But overall, this is going to be a 4-man rush. It's going to get decent sheds, and it's going to have a chance to come A gap. Now, the way that this will work, if it does come in, you'll see it comes in as so, and it comes in so fast that, there's really no time for them to really do anything. I mean, you can see right here, by the time he's getting hit, we've peeled back, already played that running back. He could, I guess, throw this little drag route right here, but besides that, it's bagged. And we can do this out of any coverage in the entire game. That's one of the best things about the 2-3 formation is the fact that, if you want to run cover 3, cover 1, cover 6, Tampa 2, cover 2 sink, cover 4 quarters, cover 4 palms, whatever it is, cover 9, you can run all of that. You can run 2-man under. Like, there's literally every coverage show in the game you can use. So with that being said, let's go ahead and show you what you need to do. All you need to do to make this blitz work, pinch everybody, crash your defensive line to the left, and then you're just going to take your user, whoever you want that to be, whether it be this player right here in the 3-rec, or if you want to lurk on the flat, or if you really wanted to get creative and lurk on one of the 2 defensive ends and move them into the gap, you could do that as well. But you just want to stand pretty much right in front of the center. And what you see happen is, as long as you are not blitzing with your user, you're going to get this crashing angle that will come directly up the middle, right? Now, something that a lot of people that try this concept don't understand, and this is really key, you do not want somebody that's in this spot to be a good pass rusher. And I know that's kind of counterintuitive because normally you want your players that are rushing the passer to be good pass rushers. But for a tip like this, where you're trying to get the guy to come in free, the last thing you want him doing is searching for a spin move or a swim move or any of those animations, right? You want him to have basically no, in terms of the traits, no to all of those. That way he will come in and he'll just rush on his rush angle like he's supposed to, instead of trying to trigger, some of these animations. Now, that being said, this is not 100% blitz. It's not going to be one of those things that's going to come in 100% of the time. Just, you have to understand that if you set this up and it doesn't come in for you, you can't just be like, all right, this doesn't work, and get out of it. It's one of those things where if I had to put a percentage around it, I would say this is more than likely a 70-30 blitz. It's going to come in 70% of the time, 30% of the time it's not going to come in. And you just kind of have to be okay with that. It's one of those concepts that normally, I would say in most years, does not become meta because of its inconsistency. But in a defensive year like this, where, we are just in absolute hell defensively trying to find things that work, this is basically a shed defense that can come A-gap. Like, if you look at it like that, you'll be like, all right, that kind of makes sense. And you're like, I can live with that type of thing. Now, the other thing to note is it will work better if you are, engaging with the center with a DB instead of a linebacker. Smaller body person generally will allow you to engage correctly and not try to bounce off different defenders. So you could kind of see the difference between me using a linebacker, in this case, Olakong, if we use him compared to the safety that we had there. So once again, one of the main things that's good about this as opposed to 4-3 even is you can just sub in a DB here. If you wanted a DB in that spot, you could be a safety, it could be whoever. The other thing to note is this player on the right doesn't have to be a safety, he can be a corner. So you could essentially be running dime personnel, and really, you know, mix on whatever coverage show you want, right? Right. So here, once again, when he comes in, there's really nothing you can do. Right. So say you're in a coverage shell that you simply don't want to change any of the match principles, right? It's like cover 4 quarters. You want all those players to really be in their matching assignments. What you can do with this concept is you can go ahead and do the same pinch crash defensive line down, but then just play on the right of screen defensive end and just mug the gap with him in a zone, right? So it would look like this right here. You could do whatever you want with him. I would say you don't want to put him into a spy. A spy would be a no-go, but if you wanted to put him into a 3-rec, you could do that. You know, that way whenever you click off, he becomes a 3-rec, so you would just bluff blitz him. But this same concept would work roughly the same, right? So you could see, not going to be 100% consistent, but it will be, you know, consistent enough to where you could still run this. There we go. Here's an example of the 3-man working with us just using that defensive end, right? So once again, you can kind of see it works the exact same way, where you're just basically engaging with that center. The D end is looping right into that A gap right around you. And then, you know, you can always obviously just drop back into coverage if you want, or you could just start stick switching around. Since you're on a bluff blitz, you would be able to stick switch to different people you want, or just hit B, right? So put into a vert hook right here. Boom. You see the A gap comes in. Now we'll go ahead and block the running back just for good measure. There you see the running back did slide over, pick him up, but he'll get shedded pretty much right away. All right, boys. So once again, I'm going to use this little ending of the video as a little plug for the Discord. If you guys want to be in the Discord, I just wanted to kind of explain what all is in here. So when you first join, you will see just a couple things once you verify your role. You'll see your general chat, which is, there's nothing stopping anybody from coming in here and just chatting, talking football, talking Madden, talking whatever you want. Then the paid section you can get to by just clicking on the featured roles tab. It brings you here. It's got a link. You can go to pick what type of content you want. And then if you are in Madden or the college football content, you get access to these tabs here that you see. And basically there's, tips and meta breakdowns and gameplays and, all that type of stuff in here. We did just drop the content for the top 5 plays of my Arizona offense inside my tips. You can see general quick feedback about that. If the guys that are watching this video are in the Discord and have seen that, let the guys on YouTube know what you think. I'm completely be honest. Whatever you guys want to say, I don't delete comments or anything like that. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, you need anything, obviously the Discord is the best place to get access to me directly. So we'll make sure that that is in the description. But till then, catch you guys in the next video.